Hi, just a short practice this afternoon in the rain on the front porch. So we'll begin in a seated position. Feel free to find a bolster or a pillow to sit up on to bring your hips a little higher than the knees. And then we'll begin with taking 3 long, slow breaths with an exaggerated sigh. So we'll breathe in through the nose, and then at the height of your inhalation, take a deep sniff in to fill the lungs to their full capacity, and then exhale completely with an audible sigh. And you can do that 3 times, moving at your own pace. Just helping to shift our sympathetic nervous system into the parasympathetic nervous system for relaxation. Begin to bring movement to the breath. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Twist to the right. Turn, look over the right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. Back up to the center and exhale with a sigh, bring the arms back. And we'll move in a circular motion around the hips. So inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale and breathe. Exhale, chin to chest. And after the next breath cycle, we'll switch our feet to the opposite side and then rotate in the other direction. Making big circles. Remember to link the breath to the movement. And we'll come back to stillness. Great. Drop the chin to the chest. Swing the neck with the right ear to the right shoulder. And back to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder. Just getting a stretch through the sides of the neck. The sternocleidomastoid muscle. Just feel that stretch. Notice if there's any difference on one side to the other. Sometimes you feel it more in the neck, other times right up behind the ear at the location where the muscle inserts into the mastoid, that muscle in the back of the skull. And then come back to neutral, lift the head. We'll move forward on all fours. You can slide your bolster or support out of the way and begin to stretch the fingers out wide. Spread your fingertips. Keep the elbows slightly bent. Press into the top of the feet and then lift the tailbone. Lift your head, neck, and chest for cow pose. Inhale. Curl the head under. Exhale, round the spine to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. We'll come back to a neutral position and then flip the toes and lift up just your knees. So again, keep the elbows soft. but our knees are coming up off of the mat about 1 to 2 inches. Feel the strength through your quads, core, and legs. Building some strength and also balance in this pose. This is a hovering table or a bear pose. And then straighten the knees, lift the hips high for downward facing dog. Open up through the armpits, gaze backward at the knees. And let the heels fall towards the ground. We'll bend the right knee, straighten the left, stretch out the left calf, and switch. Straighten the right leg and press the right heel towards the ground. And then let both heels drop towards the ground. See if you can lift your hips up a little bit higher. Make a sharper V shape with your hips. And then gaze forward to the thumbs, bend the knees, and step, hop, or jump to bring your feet to meet the hands. Come to a standing forward fold. I'm going to bend the elbows, interlace my hands in the elbow creases, and hang forward for a nice hamstring stretch, also releasing the neck and releasing the vertebrae. Bring your feet to hip width distance apart if they are not already. And maybe a nice swing from side to side. Remember to keep breathing, nice long breaths while we're upside down, breathing into the belly. Deep diaphragmatic breaths in this shape helps to increase activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest, relax for calming, lowering heart rate, lowering blood pressure, decreasing stress and anxiety. Then release the arms towards the ground, bend the knees, and curl tailbone under. We'll begin to slowly roll up. Let your head hang and come up one vertebrae at a time, letting the head be the last thing to rise so you don't get dizzy. We'll come all the way to stand. Then bring the palms facing the front of the room and check again that your feet are hip width distance apart for mountain pose or Tadasana. So very engaged, tighten up and flex all of the muscles, press all four corners of each foot into the mat, into the ground, feel very stable, grounded, and strong. Tighten up the glutes, lift up through the pelvis, tighten the core, but remember to keep your neck soft, jaw soft, and shoulders dropped away from the ears. And even while your body's engaged, continue nice long breaths in and out. And say to yourself, I am strong. And we'll release that tightness, maybe a little shaking, jumping, let all that muscular tension release. To come to the top of the mat, stretch up high for tall mountain. Reach as high as you can, inhale deeply, and as you exhale, drop the right arm to the side. Inhale, stretch up out of the left hip and left armpit. Exhale, tilt to the right. So opening through the entire left side of the body. Breathe into your left lung. See if with each exhalation can tip a little farther. And then with the next inhale, reach the arms up, stretch overhead. And as you exhale, drop the left arm to the side. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, tilt to the left. Feel the expansion and stretching of the right side. Here, there's lots of room to take deep breaths into the right lung. Inhale, both arms up, and exhale, drop the arms all the way down. Great. We'll move into doing a little twist, willow tree. Allow your arms to be very loose. Feel as if there's a weight in the hands. Sometimes it's nice to make a little wider stance for willow tree, so almost out to the edges of the mat. Imagine you're holding weights in your hands, making your fists very heavy, and let the hands tap your body, or like right underneath your kidneys in the back. That gives a little boost. We tap right in that kidney space. In Chinese medicine, the kidney is where we hold our qi, Qi, qi. And by tapping that, that'll give us a nice little burst of energy. And allow for rotational twist of the spine. And then make your circles a little slower and slower, and come back to stillness. Bring the feet back to hip width distance apart. Make your arms as if they're holding a big beach ball. And then inhale, lift all the way up, rounding the arms overhead. Exhale, slowly, you're holding a big beach ball. Hollow out the shoulders. Exhale, and bring all of your energy back into the lower abdomen, the lower dantian. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and pull your chi back into the body. All that energy comes back in. One more. Inhale and exhale. Great. Okay, bring the hands to the hips, shift the weight to the left foot. Make your right foot a little kickstand. So heel comes to the left ankle, and then find a focal point out in front of you to fix the gaze, the dristi. Press into the standing leg, that's the trunk of your tree. Tighten the glutes, tighten up through your quads, and then as you push down into the trunk, lift your other leg to the calf, or you can lift it all the way up to the thigh. Just don't let your foot rest on the knee for safety, not putting extra pressure on the knee. The arms can come out to the side, they can extend all the way overhead, or find any position that is comfortable for you today for your tree pose. But really strong in that standing trunk, and pressing upwards, lifting, and feel just like you're a tree. We're stable and strong, but also if the wind blows, we can be flexible. I can hear the wind through the trees by the outside of the house here today. There's a gentle rain. Exhale, bring the arms to the chest, and then lower your leg back down to the ground. Bring the hands back to the hips. Shift your weight. We'll switch now. Shifting our weight onto the right leg. Press all four corners of that foot into the ground. Look out in front, find a dristi, a nice focal point, and then bring the left heel to the right ankle like a kickstand. Feel the strength through your trunk of the tree, your right leg pushing down. Tighten up especially through the outer thigh, the outer glute. And as you inhale, lift the arms and lift the leg, either lifting your leg to the calf or all the way up to the thigh. Either way, stretch up high. Arms can be out to the sides or growing like branches of a tree. Imagine what type of tree you want to be today. All these trees soaking up the rainwater. It's been a hot July so far. These trees are happy to get some water. Breathe as you stretch and stand solid. And with the next exhalation, lower the arms and then lower your leg back to the ground for stillness. Relax on the sides. So left leg forward, right leg back, kind of in a straight line. And we're going to begin with your arms behind. Inhale and come up onto just one leg, onto the left leg, bringing the right leg to the knee. It can come to touch the knee or out in front. And then exhale, step back. Inhale, lift knee and foot. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And find a nice steady gaze forward to look out and up to keep the balance. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. There's also the option to inhale, lift, and extend the leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and lower. One more time. And switch to the other side. Right leg forward, left leg back. Again, the arms will begin back. Find a fixed gaze in front, your drishti point, and then lift left toe to right knee. Arms can come up, or the foot can come out in front, or extend all the way forward. So whichever option works for you today. Oh, also option would be just to come and bring the left foot into the into the right ankle. So many options. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, step back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Lift and extend. And the last one. Very nice. Great. So step forward into the top of the mat to move into a sun salutation. So on this rainy day, we'll think about the sun shining. So beginning again with with feet hip width distance apart, soft knees, arms by the side. Inhale, reach up overhead, arch back, gaze backward if you feel comfortable, or say straight up. Exhale, swan dive forward, bringing the hands towards the ground. Forward fold. The knees can be bent to deepen the fold. Then inhale to flat back. Bring the palms to the shins. Extend the head out long, making a nice long neck. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank, and lower down. Inhale to upward facing dog, or you can come into a baby cobra. Exhale, flip the toes, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step to flat back, long neck. Exhale, fold forward, let your knees bend. Inhale, stretch, scoop all the way up, stretch to the sky, arch back. Exhale, hands to heart, samastitihi, resting pose. Inhale, reach to the sky, arch back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step to plank, and lower down. Inhale to upward facing. Flip the toes, lift the hips high, downward facing. Inhale, flat back, palms to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach and stretch, arch back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Samastitihi, resting pose. See if you can feel your heart with the thumbs. Maybe it's quickening the pace a bit. Well, inhale, arch back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank, and lower down. Inhale to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach to the sky, arch back. Exhale, hands to heart, samastitihi. Great. And then relax, shake that out a little bit after the movement. Okay, so come to the top of the mat again, hands on hips. Shift the weight to the left foot, lift the right, step back in a straight line for warrior one. So left knee is bent, hips are facing forward, hips are pointed at the front corners of your mat. Arms begin back. Inhale, lift and stretch for warrior one. Take long, deep breaths. And then we'll pivot to the side. Keep the left knee bent. The feet are in a straight line. The heel of the left foot is pointed directly at the arch of the back foot. They're at 90 degrees to each other, and our dristi here is looking over the left middle finger. This is a pose of focus, attention. We are engaged. We are powerful. And exhale, drop the left elbow either to the knee or to the ground for a side angle. You can also drop to a prop or a block. And the right arm will swing in a big circle and then land, making a long diagonal line from the fingertips of the right hand to the outer edge of the right pinky toe. Stretch, extended side angle. Inhale, lift up the chest, lift up your arm, back to warrior two. Exhale, arch back for peaceful warrior. The right hand can drop back along the right leg or wrap around the spine, around your waist. Inhale, back to warrior two, and step up back to the top of the mat to begin again. So we'll do our warrior series on the left side now. Begin with hands on hips. Shift the weight to the right foot. Lift the left. Step back. So as you step back, it's as if you're on two railroad tracks. And then inhale. Lift the arms to warrior one. Keep a nice deep knee bend in the right knee. The left knee is straight, gazing upward towards between the hands if you're comfortable. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring the heel of the right foot pointed at the arch of the left foot and gaze over the right middle finger. Again, warrior two. We are focused. We are attentive. We'll drop the right elbow to the knee, circle the left arm down and around into extended side angle. Stretch towards the right fingertips and press into the mat with the left pinky toe. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, arch, up and back, peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. And inhale, back to warrior two. We'll straighten both legs, turn both feet towards the long side of the mat, bring the hands to the hips, open the chest, look up, exhale, hinge forward for flat back. And if you feel comfortable then, drop the arms towards the ground or onto the ground, reaching between your legs or onto blocks, whatever is accessible to you today. Perhaps you want to walk the feet out a little wider to bring your head down. And another great posture for deep diaphragmatic breath work. And in this position, there's also the option to move into headstand if that's in your practice. But only if you are safe and comfortable and that's part of your regular practice. And then we'll come back to flat back. Hands come back to the hips. Bend your knees before lifting the chest. Curl the tailbone under and then slowly curl up through the spine. Come all the way to stand. Turn, whoop, come to the center of the mat. And we'll lower back down to the ground. I'm going to bring my prop back in, coming back to a seated position for the end of our practice today. Come back into seated posture and return to just slowly observing the breathing. Let your hands rest on the knees and lift the head. Visualize the spine stacking one vertebrae on top of each other all the way from the base of the spine up to the top of the skull and lifting. And today we're going to end our practice in a seated final brief breath observation meditation rather than lying in Shavasana for a short practice. So just observe the breath coming in and out of your nose. You don't have to change that breath or do anything different. Just notice the breath coming in and the breath coming out. And see if you can watch the breath come in through the nose, down through the throat, and into the abdomen, and leaving. Notice each of your senses. See if you first begin with the sensation of touch. We've been doing a lot of body movements. Notice where your body is touching the ground. See if you notice any sensations of clothing touching your body. Maybe you can feel the air. I feel a bit of a breeze touching my skin. And then become aware of your sense of hearing. Notice what you hear at this moment. And notice if there's any particular taste or sensation in your mouth. And then we'll become aware of our sense of movement or proprioception. That's how we observe our body in space. We're now in stillness, but sometimes even while we're still, some people perceive some small movements. Maybe you notice the movement of your breath. Maybe there's a vertigo sensation. I hope not, but sometimes. And otherwise just be aware of the stillness, that proprioception. And then finally, if your eyes had been closed, you can open them and become aware of what you see. Notice what is in your space, where you are. We're each doing our own home practice by video, so we're in our own environments. You can also see my environment. Great. And we'll bring our hands up to the heart center for the final moment. So thank you so much for practicing virtually with me today. I honor the light in each of you as you honor the light in me. Namaste. Great. Okay, thanks a lot.